Shalom everyone! Welcome once again to SIMB TV. For those of you who are new in this channel, SIMB stands for She is my brother. And if you're wondering why she is my brother, it simply speaks about my past. I am Reverend Edmund Smith. I'm a pastor and I'm also an ex-transgender. Someone who used to believe that he was a woman. And I was planning for my sex change when I hit 21 years old, but God had a better plan. God always have a better plan. Today I'm planning to make a video in conjunction to our annual Thanksgiving fundraising dinner, which is something that we have been doing for many years now for my ministry. For those of you who are new, my ministry is Real Love Ministry, RLM in short. It's a ministry and a church that caters for everyone, and especially for those who come from a sexually different background, those who come from a sexually broken background, and for those who come from a sexually redeemed background like me right now. If you're wondering what that means, it simply means people, and particularly Christians and even non-Christians, who are basically wanting to come out from the LGBT lifestyle or porn addiction lifestyle or anything that is not biblically inclined. I lived all kinds of a sexual lifestyle in the past. I was totally different. I was lost. I was searching for happiness from men, from things that I am no longer searching happiness from. So let's go back to the original reason for this video, which is TFD, Thanksgiving Fundraising Dinner, which is something that we do every single year. Mostly in December, people from all over the country, Malaysia, that's where I'm from, come together to celebrate Christmas, to even testify of the goodness of God, what He had done for us throughout the year, at the same time to raise funds to maintain RLM, which is the ministry that I started in 1999, which caters to the marginalized community, the rejected, the misunderstood, people who are, struggling with the LGBT lifestyle. For those of you who, if you are in the LGBT lifestyle, if you are an LGBT individual and you feel that you are not struggling, you are perfectly fine, well, that's your rights, and I love you, and this ministry of mine is not for you. But there are many like me in the past when I was a trans woman, and then the second phase of my life as a gay guy, I was struggling, and there are LGBT who are struggling, and that's where we, Real Love Ministry, come into your life to love you, to journey with you, and to help you out. I also know that there are people who disagree with talking about coming out of that lifestyle, and if that's you, let's agree to disagree. I respect you for having the opinion that LGBT people should not come out of that lifestyle. I respect you for that. And you please respect me for this belief system that says that LGBT people can come out of that lifestyle if they don't want to, if they choose to come out of that. So TFD, Thanksgiving Fundraising Dinner, this year 2018 will be held on the 14th of December. This is our 13th TFD. Even though Real Love Ministry got started in 1999, in that first year we did not have a TFD. We did not have a Thanksgiving fundraising dinner because we were really, really small when we started our ministry in Singapore. Our first TFD took place many years after we started, which was in 2006. That was our first TFD, which was held in KL actually. But the second TFD onwards had always been in Malacca, which is the place I live now, the place where I am now with my family, and the place where RLM headquarters is. So why TFD? Some people said, why don't you just have your own church people supporting your ministry and your church? Why do you have TFD where we actually approach churches, individuals, organizations all over the country, and even people from other parts of the world who are supporting us to run our ministry? Because people don't understand that, the 90% of the people that we work with in RLM do not come from our church. Real Love Ministry is divided into two departments or two segments, if you want to call it. We have RLM Fellowship, the church, which is headed by my wife, Pastor Amanda, and we have RLM Management, the ministry, which is headed by me. The church is a church, it's a family church. It's a church for anyone. The ministry, on the other hand, which I'm heading, RLM Management, in short it is known as RLMM, is a ministry, or even you can call it a community service, where we network with churches all over the country, even out of Malaysia, and even universities and schools. We network with them in training people into becoming befrienders. Befrienders are people who act as a friend and a counselor at the same time. We are raising up befrienders for the sexually broken, meaning people who want to come out of a sexually different lifestyle, as well as befrienders for the deaf, where I teach people deaf culture, I teach people sign language, so that people, anyone just like you who are listening to the sound of my voice, you're watching this video, you can actually become a friend / a counselor for the deaf community. I have a master's degree in sign language interpreting. People ask this question, why are you approaching other churches, other Christians to support TFD? Why don't you just get your own people, your own church members in RLM Fellowship to finance what you do? People need to understand this. 90% of the people that RLM is reaching out to, 90% of the people that we are investing our time, our effort, our programs, are the people from different churches. Only 10% of the people that we are reaching out to comes from RLM Fellowship. And this is a plain fact. For those of you who know us and you know what we do, you know this. 90% of the people who are receiving help in the area of their sexuality and some other areas, 90% of them are from different churches. They belong to a different church, different denomination. They are Catholics, Anglican, Methodist, all the different types of denomination. They do not come from our church. So don't you think it's fair for us to actually once a year, yes, just once a year, TFD is just an annual program, to approach them and say, hey, would you like to give back to this ministry who's helping your people? Because you can't help them yourself, because Real Love Ministry has a special anointing, special calling, which is for the sexually broken especially. So yeah, please don't misunderstand and think that we are purposely approaching other churches, other denominations for support, because there are pastors who think that their congregation are not struggling with their sexuality, but that is a big fat lie. Sexually different people or sexually broken people, do not have a name tag that says, hey, I'm gay, I'm lesbian, I'm struggling with bisexuality, I'm struggling with porn, I'm struggling with prostitution and whatsoever. Sexually different people and sexually broken people do not look different. They all look like everybody else. So I have pastors who tells me things like, oh, my church is fine, there's no members who are struggling sexually, and that's a lie. Your people are the ones who are coming to Real Love Ministry privately seeking help. And I mentioned just now, sexually different, sexually broken. What's the difference? Sexually different people are people who are living unbiblical sexual lifestyle and they are comfortable with it. They do not want change, and we need to respect them. So if you are an LGBT individual who is happy with whom you are, with what you are, with the lifestyle you're living in, with your sexual orientation, we call you sexually different. And we don't call you sexually different in a negative way, in an insulting way. We just respect you and call you different, and you're not regular like the majority. The majority of the people on earth, the fact is, they are heterosexual. They are regular people. So they are sexually different they are people who do not want change, and they are sexually broken, the people who want change. And my ministry, Real Love Ministry, is a ministry for the sexually broken. And for those of you who are sexually different, you are LGBT individuals and you don't want change, of course you are most welcome to come to our ministry to learn sign language and all the other things without wanting to change. And there are many like that who come to RLM, and we love them, we are their friend and respect them. But of course, our forte, the specialty of our ministry is for the sexually broken. People who want to be broken by God, people who want to be like me. I was sexually different for many years. For the time I was 4, I knew I was a trans girl. I was a transgender since I was 4, so I was sexually different at 4, all the way to 24 years of old. So for 20 years I was sexually different. But when I was 24, when the rubber hit the road, when my boyfriend, my last boyfriend, the man whom I love, broke my heart, crushed my heart, he basically had an affair with another man, that actually brought me to a decision of saying I'm done with that lifestyle. For those of you who are planning to continue the LGBT lifestyle, I love you, I respect you, we are just different. But for me, I didn't want to carry on after Benjamin broke my heart. So I didn't just break up from Benjamin, but I broke up from the whole sexually different lifestyle and decided to move on. And I moved on not because I was Christian, not because I was a pastor, and I was far from Jesus at that time. I only became a Christian when I was 25. That's 1 year after I said goodbye to the LGBT lifestyle. I became a Christian 1 year later, and that's where, it all began, my Christian journey, my relationship with the Lord Jesus Christ. I'm going to stop here. If you have any questions regarding what I'm saying in this video, just leave a comment below, and I'll be more than happy to respond to you. If you think that this is a good video for others to understand what Real Love Ministry is all about, what Thanksgiving Fundraising Dinner, TFD, is all about, which is something we have been doing many, many years, then give it a thumbs, just ask your questions below. Share this video if you think this is a good video, and subscribe to my channel if you think the voice of an ex-transgender pastor is needed in the YouTube community. Check out my other videos as well to know more about my testimony as an ex-gay, as an ex-trans, as a pastor who is an ex-gay, and so much more. And have a great day. Thank you for even taking time to watch this video. God bless you. This means I love you in sign language. Shalom to every one of you. Bye-bye. God bless you.
So I'm standing as a witness to the mercy I receive.